who wants to send you a message. So,
Friends of the experience. Come on through.
friends of the experience.
That's it.
So
So
if
you got some
y'all are
relationship
ready,
scandals, sounds like.
right? If y'all ready, I could start. Okay.
I'm buckling up. I'm
Right.
ready.
So
Let's
so for, so for those who don't know, who haven't tuned in, all right, these letters, somebody's got something wrong with them. There's always some
We didn't
relationship.
even start reading
Why
them
would you say that?
That's
What's
not how.
wrong with them?
Hey, look, it's okay. They
And
come
the
to get
first letter
advice.
ain't gonna make anything he said any better.
Oh,
Just like if you
Lord.
used to get into the radio
Prove,
station, it's like
prove
that.
me wrong. Prove me
Yeah.
wrong. Go ahead.
we listen, we do
And we
not
don't
judge.
judge.
Well, man, say in a while.
roll your sleeves up, friend. Roll them up.
It's don't-
Roll your sleeves up.
Oh,
Get your
Lord.
mic close so we could hear you, Philando, because you all soft. We need you to
Not come a little bit closer.
right. Your voice matters.
Yes.
All right, here
You
we
said
go.
my voice matters. How about
Your
that?
voice definitely matters.
Definitely
Absolutely.
matters. We just can't hear you well. That's all.
Yeah, my
All right,
definitely
here we
matters.
go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's okay.
I get
I have
comfortable.
I have been with my girlfriend for a little over 2 years. This relationship is opposite from my previous relationship. We don't argue, we are loyal to one another, and we do not hide things. My dilemma is now I do have something to hide. I found out I have herpes. I didn't get it from her, I got it from my ex. My ex said something about it before, but I thought it was one of her BS drama things that she is known for. I haven't been holding back from her the whole relationship. I just realized I had herpes 2 months ago. I got a bad cold, which is not strange for this time of year, but it really kicked my butt. I woke up from a nap and I had a dull pain in my lower back, like the bottom of my spine. When I touched it, there were a cluster of bumps. And once I was aware of it, it was like the pain just exploded. After 2 days, I went to urgent care and they confirmed it was herpes. I haven't told her and honestly feel like once I do, our relationship will be over. I believe I can be cautious throughout our relationship, making sure I never expose her to it. I am so pissed. Lord, it was such a nice letter to this point. I was so pissed that my whole ass ex not only cheated on me, but has now put me in a situation to lose the right one. Am I wrong for wanting to save our relationship by keeping this to myself?
Oh, no. Don't keep it to yourself.
No, don't keep it to yourself.
Don't
Okay,
keep it to yourself.
whoever want to talk first, because I got a lot to
Y'all
say.
all said the same thing. No, don't keep it to yourself. Go ahead. Whoever.
We'll let our guests go first. What you think, Philando?
This is why we have trust issues right here.
It's not funny. I'm sorry. You're right.
All the time. As men, I know you're talking about two women, but you're still talking about women. And we hear this shit all the time, these type of letters.
Well, this is a man who wrote about his girlfriend.
But I thought it was, it sounded like you said her and her, but I could be wrong.
He was
But
talking
anyway.
about his ex. I'm looking at the letter. His ex is the
Okay.
one who gave it to him. And it makes sense. So just to let y'all know, men usually don't show symptoms as quickly as women. So all of that is like very for real. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Fernando. Go.
Okay, I'll digress. But
It's okay.
either way,
It's still
it's
trust
wrong.
issues. Go ahead.
Wrong. It's like trust. That's just wrong. You're playing with someone's life.
Right.
Like,
And he's had his life played with too. Think about it.
But so okay, but he's still playing with. Well, then you really don't love this person. If you're more worried about their response than their health, then you really don't love them, because you got, it's a risk. That's what relationships are, risk. If I tell them this, but I'd rather know that and be alive and be able to treat it than you give me something you don't know if you gave it to me or not. Because hey, what if I get it and don't know what's going on and I'm afraid to say something to you?
Right.
So now we're both lying to each other, trying to hide something, because it's not going to kill us, right? Apparently,
Right.
but
That's
still, you know, it comes and goes. But still, you're both lying now. Now you're both lying, so the whole shit, nothing matters. Like you would rather put my health in danger than lose me. I don't like no. You got to go.
You gotta
There's
go.
no. Oh,
Okay.
if you came and told me that's different. But if I had to find out by me going to the doctor and saying something's, I had this cold, and then now I found out I have herpes, and I
Right.
know I haven't been with
The
anybody
fact that
else.
you knew before, that's a problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But
come
he didn't know
on, like,
before. He just found out. His
He
ex,
but
said his ex said
ex,
something, but he thought it was like some drama.
yeah. So, nah, you gotta go. I'm sorry.
That's stupid though. Nobody plays about her. Like what? Who
Nah,
says that jokingly, right? Like nobody plays about nothing like that
some
when it
people,
comes to your
somebody
health.
do.
So
I
he thought she was
dangerous.
playing.
That's dangerous. It's
Oh,
He
like
dangerous
said
joke
people.
about herpes.
his exact sentence was, hold on, give me 2 seconds. He said, da, 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 da. My ex said something about it before. So remember, he's been with this woman for 2 years.
And
But
knew
he said, my ex, my so that means he just got this outbreak, but he been with the lady for 2 years.
right.
That's
So
but
he
she,
horrible.
had no reason to suspect it. But he goes, da da da. My ex said something about it before, but I thought it was one of her BS drama things she is known for. So
But
she's known to do crazy stuff like
which
this.
I still would have got checked because I don't. One thing I don't do is play with me. So you
Well,
hear
and
that
I
moment.
agree with you, but in
Got
certain states, if you don't have an outbreak, they can't detect. Only states like New
Yeah.
York will do blood
Most
work.
time it's so herpes is so common they don't really even test for it unless you
that's
ask for it.
Mhm.
yeah, but
Unless
if
you ask for
someone's
it. And your
healthy,
insurance won't cover it.
I don't care about
But
insurance. Like,
I agree with
why?
you, Philin. Now that you know, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's
yeah. Anyway, I'm not the one talking. Go ahead, miscommunication, because you said
I mean, it's all about trust, right? So that's the part right there. The fact that you know, but you won't tell her is
Yeah,
an issue. So the issue is not so much what's wrong with you, it's what's wrong with your idea that you can't have this conversation. Because don't get me wrong, it's not going to be an easy conversation. It's not
oh
like, oh
no,
well,
no,
it's just
no,
going to be like she, it's not an easy conversation
no.
because the stigma attached to it is not something that's like, something that is going to be something simple, right? But it's all about trust. Because
right.
now, okay, so you found out 2 months ago, so that means that you've known for 2 months and you haven't said anything,
Right.
right?
Have you had sex
That
with her
right
in two
there.
months? Have you had sex
So
with her in 2 months?
so here's the thing: the actual disease is not as bad as the actual knowing for 2 months and not saying anything.
Right.
I think that's where the problem is lying, right? Because if it's one of those things where you guys love each other and all the things there and all that stuff there, there could have been a point where she could have understood, forgiven, whatever it is. But because left her in the dark about something that affects her,
Mm-hmm.
that's where the problem actually lies. To me, that's where the problem really comes down to it. Because it's like, okay, so you've put me in this predicament and you've never said anything. What else could you put? What other predicaments can you put me in and
Hold on.
not say something?
I'm confused about something. Hold on.
Okay,
So they've been together for 2 years,
right,
and he just found out 2 months ago.
right,
He did.
yes,
He just because he
So
had
he
the
was.
He
outbreak.
only got it from his girl.
That's what I. So what was he doing?
He
So that
said
thing's
that
laid
his
dormant.
ex,
It's laid
he got it from
dormant
his
for like
ex.
a year, 18
Yeah,
months.
so herpes does. Some people go their whole life without an outbreak.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so it makes
So
me
this
think.
let me jump on in here because let me
Go ahead.
I wanna break it down. All right. So first of all, just to clarify, um, herpes goes. Thank you, Pearl. Herpes can go undetected for a very
Mhm.
long time, and you have
Yeah.
no idea who, when, or where you got it
Right.
from.
Yeah, that's what I
Especially
was saying.
since
For,
herpes and chickenpox,
for
same
male,
family.
yes,
shingles,
for
shingles is the
Same
same
family.
thing.
for male and female. Okay,
Mhm.
number one, let's start there. And generally, when we think about herpes, because I saw Mr. Chocolate up there wiping his mouth. When we think about herpes, we think about it in the sense of herpes simplex 2, which
Right.
is
Right.
which is the cold sores around your mouth. What we're talking about, what
The
he's
cold
talking about,
sores.
right, but what he's talking about is genital. Now, here's the deal: it doesn't always have to appear as you. Thank you, um, thank you, writer. It doesn't always necessarily have to appear in the genital area. It can come up in a different way, as the writer described. Now, with that being said, what I heard in this letter is he is trying to discern, should I have a conversation? I'm afraid to have the conversation because I don't want her to look at me, her being his new love interest, look at me in a certain way, right?
The
But
stigma.
right, because of the stigma. But the thing is, as grown folks, we need to stop this childishness. When it comes to, I'm gonna say herpes specifically, because it's not a death sentence, just like you said, Philin.
A lot of
You're
people have
absolutely right.
herpes.
Exactly.
Usher got it.
And because a lot of people have it and don't even know they have it, and
Right.
and unless there is some type of magnitude of stress, because that's what causes it to pop out. If there's a level of
Or
stress,
like how you say, got a cold, your immunity
right?
is low.
So that's when it's more prone to pop out. Now, is that antibody, or yeah, is it still in you? Yes, it is. Can you transfer it on to other people? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because of that, yes, there should be a conversation,
Right.
but it is up to that partner, because you can't help what's already done. Okay.
Right, but you're not even giving that person a choice.
But he asked, should I tell her? What we are telling this
Oh,
person,
go ahead.
that is what he asked, right? Because I'm listening.
Yes, he literally said, well, actually, he said, am I wrong for wanting to save our relationship by keeping this to myself?
You're not.
100%.
Nah, you're not saving it,
You're
man.
not saving the relationship.
Yeah, I'm going to say,
Right.
the question is, am I wrong for wanting to save our relationship by keeping this to myself?
You're not.
Yes.
You're not wrong for wanting to save your relationship, but you're wrong in the fact
Right.
of not fully being transparent, because even once you are transparent, it doesn't mean that she's automatically going to be like, oh my god, and if she does, then
And
that's
she right.
and if she does, that's her prerogative. But
Right.
at the end of the day, the way I see it, if you've already been intimate with this person,
Her
and
chances.
her chances are that even though she may not have any manifestation of it right now, she may later on. So you might as well, if you loving who you love, go ahead and love the one you're with. So
Just have it together.
yeah, it just
So my opinion is
love.
the minute that you're keeping secrets like this from your partner, you no longer have the healthy relationship that you were describing. You
Right.
now have become the very thing you do not like. So, and the reason why I say that is this relationship is opposite from my previous relationship. We don't argue. We are loyal. You're not loyal. And we don't hide things. You're hiding things. The very relationship. Yeah.
It's just not being
Comparing
read.
this one to that one anyway. You're dead wrong for comparing them. So you're dead wrong for trying to save it by lying. You're not trying to save it, baby. If you're trying to save it, tell the truth. Hello.
tell it.
Still has
Look.
time though. Still has
Look,
time.
it's
It's only been 2 months that he's known, so he always can argue. I didn't know how to tell you, but I couldn't.
Right.
tell you.
I was worried because I want to keep this, baby.
Gotta
Baby,
say
please.
something. You gotta say something.
all right.
All the research.
All right, so sounds like we all agree that he should say something. Look,
Even
a lot of
though
people
it's
got
not
hurt.
easy.
A lot of people have herpes. Usher got it, and he be giving people cherries with herpes, and it's okay. So Sexy Red got
Is
it.
it okay?
Okay, well, let me
Seems
tell you
okay.
a very ugly fact about herpes, because I'm following in Dr. Royal. She be researching things.
But you know, I'm a health teacher.
Okay, so in the United States,
Come on,
one of every 3 people have herpes.
One
3,
out.
bro. Let's move on. I don't even want to get no deeper than
Hold
that.
on.
Thank
Bye.
you. That was enough.
One,
Gavel.
two.
Blah. We're done.
Oh shit! 2 people got it.
Well,
2
how many
got it.
people?
Yeah.
Okay, we're all around the same age. Who got chicken pox before? Right, we all got herpes too. That's what it is.
I've had chicken pox a couple of
The
times.
same way you
Yourself.
get
Like,
chicken
it's
pox,
weird. Yeah.
right? The same way you get chicken pox, you can get shingles. Shingles is herpes. It's just where it is determines what it
Well.
is. That's probably the best way for me to say it to you.
Well, the VA told me you ain't
All
got
right.
no herpes. Well, what's the next letter?
The next letter.
Next letter, please.
So